Behind the silk robes and jade pins, a concubine's life was not a fairy tale. It was a golden cage, and its secrets were often written in tears and blood. For every story of glory, 1,000 tales of sorrow were buried. They were told this was a life of honor, but the truth was far more sinister. Chosen for beauty, they lost their names, becoming mere titles. Their days were governed by rigid rules, their nights spent in anxious waiting for a favor that might never come. Their families back home might celebrate their fortune, but inside the palace walls, they were prisoners of fate, their lives no longer their own. Every step was watched, every word scrutinized, turning their gilded chambers into beautifully decorated cells from which there was no escape. The palace was a battlefield of silent wars. Jealousy festered, and rivals used whispers as daggers and poison as a final word. A single misstep could lead to ruin, or even death. Friends were a luxury few could afford, as the person you confided in today could be the architect of your downfall tomorrow. Alliances shifted like sand, and survival depended on navigating a treacherous web of deceit, where trust was a fatal mistake. The emperor's affection was a fleeting warmth in an endless winter. To win it was a victory, but to lose it meant being cast into a cold, forgotten corner of the palace, left to wither in obscurity. Their worth was tied not to their character or talent, but to the whims of one man. His passing glance could elevate them to the heavens, and his indifference could condemn them to a life of lonely desolation, a ghost haunting the imperial halls. These women were erased from history, their stories buried for centuries. They were the forgotten sacrifices of an empire, a dark truth hidden behind the palace walls. Their silence speaks volumes, if you only listen.